Hi guys, just going to do a short demo of the Dialog Engine UI. Excuse me. Hopefully this will help you out, Brendan, with your meetings. I'll try and do it in sections and maybe pause a little bit in between, so if you're stitching it together, it should work a little bit better for you. So welcome to Dialog Engine. Our user will use their new name and password and log into the system. This will immediately take them to the domains homepage. So in this sample of an airline, the domains would be units that the business would cater to. So under each unit, the user in this case can build conversations that the customers then can have with the bot. So if we look at flight bookings, so we might build a new intent under this called book a flight. We'll create that. So this brings us into our intent building section. The first thing we want to do are utterances. So an utterance will be a phrase that the customer would say to the bot to invoke their intent, to let the bot know what it is they're trying to do. So we can put in a sample phrase, I want to book a flight to Dublin, and we'll add that to our intent. And what we would do is we would add 5 or 6 key phrases, slight variations of the same thing, but showing the intent is to fly to a certain destination, anything to do with plane, trip, cities, that sort of thing. And those phrases will become training phrases that the system will use to build up its knowledge of what's happening. The next section is what is called slots. So slots are pieces of information that the AI needs in order to fulfill the customer's intent. So for example, in the case of a flight, we would need a piece of information such as the destination. And each slot will need a training phrase that the bot will say back to the customer to pull that information from them. In other words, we can't fulfill the intent if we don't know where you want to fly to. So the bot will ask you, what city do you want to fly to? And we'll create that. So here we have our 4 slots built for this particular case. We need to know the destination city, the departure airport. We need to know the date that you want to fly and the type of ticket that you want. Once we've built those, we've added our training phrases, or sorry, not training phrases, but our prompts. And so if we are missing one piece of information, the system will ask for it. Once that is done, we put in our confirmation statement. So this will be a statement that the bot will send back to the user to confirm that everything they've asked for has been created. So your seat class or ticket, flight to this destination, leaving from this departure point, to on this particular date. And that's one intent build. So the next stage would be to build our bot. So we click on the build button, and it might take 30 seconds to do this depending on how complicated the conversation becomes. And once that's built, it will allow us then to start a chat with it. So here the user will do a test conversation to see if what they've just built makes sense and the responses come back the way expected. So in this case, I want to fly to Asia on business. So the AI has worked out that is somebody looking for a flight. So then it starts the process of filling the slots. So it's asking them, where are you flying to? What country? I'm going to Thailand. So then that's one slot is filled. They know the destination. Next slot is, what city are you departing from? I'm leaving from Dublin on Monday. So we can see here the user, in this case the customer, has actually has helped us out. They filled in 2 slots by giving us the place they're departing from and also the day they want to fly. And the system is clever enough to know that next Monday is a particular date. So then the AI goes ahead and tries to fill the last slot, which is the type of ticket you want, the seat. So what sort of seat would you like, economy, business class, or first class? And again, by clever use of language, we can make it very simple for the customer to answer that question. So we've given them the options here, and they say economy, please. So now the bot just sends back the confirmation statement. I found a flight to Bangkok, Thailand, from Dublin on Monday, September 10th, departing at 8:35. Cost is $8.99, and shall I book it for you? And then it's a case of yes or no, or go ahead from there. The next section in our dialogue engine is what we call learning or training. So this is the process we would go through to train the AI and get it more and more clever and better at answering questions. So we can see phrases that have come in from customers that the system has been unable to deal with. So in this case, we have some phrases, some were transferred to an agent, some failed, some were resolved. But if we look at this one here on the bottom, I need a break to Paris. So in this case, the bot didn't know what a break to Paris meant. So the user here can select that and say, okay, well, this one failed, but I know that from a human point of view, that's somebody looking for a flight. So I'm going to add that to our flight destination, add to intent. So now that's been assigned. And again, from here, the user could go and build the bot now, put that question into it, and see does it respond correctly to it. And finally, the last point would be the performance. So here in this case, we would have analytics coming back telling us, the percentage of chats that failed, maybe the percentage had to be transferred, and those that were successful. And this could be compared to a previous time period, maybe month on month or year on year. We can also look at it in terms of how long the conversations were, and whether they passed our target threshold, maybe of 3 minutes. And finally, we can drill down and we can view by individual intents. So we can see here that the book a flight intent was 12% successful, whereas baggage allowance was 18 and select a seat was 70%. So we can quickly see here that the book a flight intent isn't working very well. So we need to put some time into that.